I wanted to go with Jazz, and welcome back to Minecraft with my video. And, and the best roller coaster, the simplest roller coaster on Minecraft on PS3, on PS4, and Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Still need to be careful with gathering together and trick-or-treating because it has its unique challenges. Next, let me ask you then about costume parties at haunted houses. Why are these so worrisome?
Same reason. Indoors, people get scared and they huddle together and they scream. And we know that singing, screaming, forces those droplets to come out of your mouth and forces them to go farther, and those put others at risk. So both scary indoor activities and fun in the past, unfortunately,
on Minecraft on PS3, on PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Wii U, Nintendo Switch Edition.
What you don't want to do is give a loved one the gift of COVID this holiday season. So I just would encourage people to keep taking the public health measures to heart and have fun, but do it safely.
So what are some lower risk alternatives if it's raining outside?
Virtual costume parties, virtual Zoom parties. Many kids will be just as happy if they're getting candy from their parents as if they're getting it from someone else. So you let your kid into your own candy bowl and might get them to have a good night.
It's been very insightful observation from a true dad. All right, thanks very much. We come back. We are saving Halloween. We've got the out of the box idea.
It's not break box here. And have fun.
Papa is revealing the juiciest big confessions ever bought on tape. Plus, she's got help for those skin cities you're hiding under your mask. Then, Jenna Bush Hager opens up about losing both of her grandparents in the same year and the love that has helped her through her grief. That's coming up Monday on Dr. Oz.
What's inside Airborne? A blast of immune support and the confidence to take on the day. That's why Airborne is the only #1 pharmacist recommended immune support brand.
Okay.
Airborne, your daily dose of confidence.
These both have the same amount of potassium.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
One of them is always right for the picking. V8, the original plant-powered drink. Veg up.
Unexpected situation. L'Oreal's Magic Root Cover-Up. 3 seconds to flawless roots. 3, 2, 1. Roots gone.
Go. It's not button.
Pampers, the #1 pediatrician recommended brand, helps keep baby skin dry and healthy. So every touch is as comforting as the first. Pampers, the #1 pediatrician recommended brand.
Attention, California residents. This year, when strong winds blow and temperatures rise, California's largest power companies plan to shut off at-risk power lines.
The end.
Spark wildfires.
The reaper.
Could be out for days or longer.
I have to keep inventory.
Comfort and safety. Think about
Like
it. You'll have no
the
lights,
green.
no refrigeration. You can't even charge your cell phone. We can't prevent power outages, but you can be prepared.
For the power wheel.
When you need it the most
Torch.
with a Generac home standby generator. Here's how it works. When utility power is lost, your Generac powers up, providing backup power to your home. You and your family are comfortably safe and secure.
Hey, you switched my rails.
Whatever. Go ahead. I've got the Generac.
And with Mobile Link, a Wi-Fi enabled remote monitoring system, easily access your generator's operating status, maintenance updates.
Okay, let's build this more.
Generac generators are designed, engineered, and purpose-built in the USA. Generac is the #1 manufacturer of home standby generators in the world. 8 out of 10 home generators are Generac, with thousands of satisfied customers. And Generac is one of the leading suppliers of industrial
I need some block of cobblestone.
like hospitals, data and communication centers, and financial institutions. Prices start at just $19.99, and special financing is available with surprisingly affordable monthly payments. Call now to schedule your free in-home assessment. The call is free, the assessment is free, and there's no obligation to buy. And if you act now, you'll receive a free 7-year extended warranty with your purchase.
just giant. They wake up at like 5 a.m. asking, is it time, Mom? How many more minutes? How many more hours? What about now? So they start asking for candy at approximately 5:35. Here's a reasonable function. You can have 4 for the day. What do? They go to Mounttown right away. By 4 p.m., you're like, into whatever you want. Fast forward to the end of the night. They're tired, you're tired. Someone's peed their pants, someone's cried. And then they wake up the next day and it's called a sugar hangover. And they're in such bad mood. And usually you'd be able to take them to school. Not this year. You want to know some other bad news? It's also a full moon. No way. Honda. This is not. It's a blue full moon, which only comes like once every 20 years. The kids will turn into werewolves. You know that moon they call it? It's the renegade? Retro renegade. Moon on Halloween. It's just not to be. I want to make a shoot on Friday night and wake them up on Monday morning to time for that. Buckle up. We got this. Happy Monday, Friday.
That was Kat and Nat, two of the most famous moms on social media, saying what all mothers are secretly thinking this year. COVID Halloween is going to be a challenge. But hear my words, we are saving Halloween. It will look a little different this year. That's okay. So, I go trick-or-treating with my grandkids every year. But just like many of you, we're going to have to reinvent how we celebrate this time around. Daphne, for parents even to depart from the tradition this year, what's the chatter among moms about how they're going to break the news to their kids? I know my grandkids are not going to be peaceful about this.
Yeah, they're not going down easily, that's for sure. They definitely got your persistent genes. And Kat and Nat are friends of mine, and I have to say, I think they nailed it. It is a challenge. As moms, of course, we want to make Halloween special for our kids. We want to
Get Minecraft.
have as many of those traditions that we remember and care about as we can do, but of course, we want to keep everyone safe. So, look, I think our kids always take their cues from us, and I think in that way, it's really important for me not to frame it as what's being taken away, but instead what's being added. So we're not ruining your Halloween, we're adding some new really fun traditions. I've got moms scattered all over the country thinking you're in a different boat based on what the weather's going to look like.
Oh no, I hit it.
Outside. I've heard moms are doing candy scavenger hunts, which I think is really fun and creative. So sort of going door knocking to friends, so you have your little pod in place, so you still have our families, you still have that little bit of connectivity that kids remember and that sort of tradition of the trick-or-treating. But you can also do things at home.
Oh no, I hit my water.
Outside that I think really allow your kids to celebrate what they love, which probably depending on their age line are all under 6. So it's really all about the costumes and the candy, and we're still going to get them to be able to celebrate both of those things and keep Halloween alive as much as we can do.
Now, thankfully for my grandkids, their mother's a great chef. You have a special Halloween treat you're making at home this year with the family to celebrate. Show us what you're making to keep them calm and collected, no matter what happens outside the house.
I can't promise calm and collected, but this is a fun trick. Okay, so I took some melted dark chocolate. You're going to add some neutral oil, like coconut oil. That's going to give it that nice, glossy, gorgeous coating. Take half any apple you like and twist it around in the chocolate, and make sure you do that twist so it coats evenly. Here's the fun part, decoration. We're making money candy apples here. So you just put some white chocolate over top, take the bandages, some cute eyes, a little nose. Look at that guy. He is so sweet. You can do other ones with chopped nuts if there's no allergies. Sprinkles are great. You can really go to town and get creative with these. You get an apple in, which I know you're happy about, Dad, and it's definitely something that will take up a little bit of time to keep those kids busy so they're not crying to eat even more candy, which I know is my biggest fear. I don't want too many sugar crashes in one day.
Oh, I love it. I like tart apples inside there as well. The sweet and the sour go well. We're going to put the video up on DrOz.com. Listen, your party may have been canceled. The trick-or-treating may require you to stay safely in the backyard, but we are still going to have a spectacular good time this year. To help, I called in design and DIY expert Erica Davasek from PS I Made This, because she is obsessed with all things Halloween.
Well, Halloween might seem a little different this year. There's one thing we're not going to skip out on, and that is creativity. I'm here to show you 3 amazing projects that you can whip up with your family at home and still have a beautiful holiday. This Halloween masks are essential. And I'm not talking about the type of full mask. I'm talking about a mask Indoors, these work for both. They're really easy to make, and here's what you need. A paper lantern, or a few, some paint, a marking tool, a paintbrush, and some creepy kitty spot. Simply put it over your lantern, and voila! Please wear a mask, please stay safe, and also please have fun this Halloween. I hope you got inspired, I hope you get creative.
Erica, that put me in the spirit. Thank you. I love that. It's all these things we can do. Our kids are looking to our example of how we face adversity. So let's have a clear answer. It's empathy, it's resilience, and it's a pinch of creativity. There's nothing more precious than our children. The grannies and grandkids who love them count as well. Use this holiday to teach your kids to value the elders and the vulnerable ones among us while still having fun. Have a happy and healthy Halloween. I'll be right back. Up next, it's the one thing you literally cannot live without. But do we actually know that the water we're drinking is safe? Clean Water Crusader Aaron Brockovich has the answer.
I am eating my dessert. How do you eat? With your hands. If people would only watch the cookie, all the problems would be solved.
Watch Monday through Saturday at 10. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Attention churchgoers. If you or a loved one suffer abuse by a priest or clergy in California, call our confidential clergy abuse attorney hotline at 800-444-9112. Billions of dollars have already been paid out by the church to clergy abuse victims.
What?
Act now to get your sexual abuse claims entitled to significant compensation for the abuse you suffered. Call 800-444-9112 now.
Need to find the closest official ballot drop box near you? Just visit vote.ca.gov to find your
You
nearest
vote by
location.
mail now.
Then drop off your ballot. Your vote will be secure and
Commercial.
counted. There are other ways to vote too. Just return your vote by mail ballot at your voting location or mail it back. Or you can vote safely in person during early voting or on election day. Vote the way you're most comfortable, but vote by 8 p.m. on November 3rd.
If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, a car accident, a fall,
you wanna know, look, you gotta go get
hospital,
tested.
you may be entitled to money. Get the money
It's
you
like a
deserve
drive-up,
for your
drive-through,
injuries.
car
Call
treatment.
the Lawyers Group. We've won hundreds of millions of dollars for injury victims. Call 1-800-677-2020. Call us free. The advice is free. Injured?
No,
Wait,
that's not. That's not
Call
possible.
1-800-677-2020.
What's possible?
This is Joe.
You better not.
He used to have that.
No, but it goes all the way up your nostril.
Full race to keep his breath smelling great all day long. It's a better mouthwash at Walmart, Target, and other food stores.
When your sensitive skin runs into messy stains, you can count on All Free Clear, the #1 doctor-recommended brand for sensitive skin. Tough on stains and 100% free of perfumes and dyes. Try All Free Clear, the #1 detergent brand for sensitive skin.
Monday nights, Modern Family. Who's America's favorite TV mom?
Could it be June Cleaver?
That must make me the Beaver. It's a Modern Family Masquerade.
Oh, it's me, about to get this party rockin'
On Modern Family.
Tonight at 8 on KTVU+.
It's one thing we can't live without. We drink it. Right? We bathe in it. We even cook in it. It's life itself. We're talking about water. Well, my next guest says there's evidence that nearly all Americans could be drinking contaminated water right now. She's the most famous clean water advocate in America after taking the Pacific Gas and Electric Company to court for contaminated drinking water in the small California town of Berkeley in 1993, settling for a record-breaking $333 million at the time. She was even portrayed by Oscar winner Julia Roberts on the big screen. Aaron Brockovich is here. Today, Aaron's campaign for clean water. Good morning, Aaron. Today, Aaron's campaign for clean water is the subject of her new book, Superman's Not Coming: Our National Water Crisis and What We the People Need to Do About It. Aaron, I'm so glad to have you back again. How bad is it? Just how contaminated is the water in our country?
You know, I always feel bad because I'm often the bearer of bad news. And while my work in water began in Hinkley, it is everywhere. I have to tell you, we've been across this country, in and out cities and communities, town after town, and we absolutely have a national water problem.
So who's responsible? What is responsible for all this contamination? I just saw those pictures of 4 different images from people they've sent them to you. At least that's their tap water coming out of the faucet.
It is unbelievable. Here it is, America 2020, and I still get pictures like that almost daily of brown water, yellow water, green water coming out of our tap. People are expected to bathe in it, shower in it, animals to drink it. And the problem is, it's not just one issue, it's numerous issues. You and I could have a conversation for a year on your show about industrial pollution and chemicals in our water. We also have problems right at our municipal level with how we take in the water, and the immediate inception of how we begin to treat it has become a ginormous issue. And we have failing infrastructure. We've had these conversations, we're well aware of them, but failing infrastructures within the water system. And those are 3 top factors, not to mention policies that actually need to change and be reformed to better protect our water is the problem.
What kind of contamination are we actually finding in our water supply? Walk us through the couple top culprits.
Well, you might be familiar with hexavalent chromium, which the film Aaron Brockovich was about. And I opened up with saying, you know, it began in Hinkley. I thought I was putting my fingers
There's more power rails.
I had no idea, Dr. Oz, it would truly be everywhere. There's studies that have been out there and completed that hexavalent chromium exists in 2/3 of America. That's a whole lot of people who could be ingesting varying levels of hexavalent chromium.
Oh no, I broke it again.
Chemicals, lead, and that happens for numerous reasons. Firefighting foams, which is the forever chemical.
9, 8,
Teflon, Scotchgard, etc.
11, 10, 9, 8.
These are some of the top offenders in the world.
And I always think about lead. It has a little image of lead pipes, which is, I get that, old pipes will mess things up. But to your point, a lot of these are actually man-made products that we're purposely creating that have unintentional consequences. So what do these contaminants do to the health of America, to our viewers right now?
Oh my gosh, we know on the forever chemicals and science is in the diseases and cancer, kidney problems, liver problems. You know, when children are exposed to lead, we're dealing with neurological problems. We're going to be learning with disability problems. When we deal with chlorines, people are talking about sores on their skin, rashes. So it can deal with rashes and move all the way through very serious health conditions. And we've seen many, many cancers.
Aaron, you were on the show in 2017 discussing the alarming condition of the drinking water in Flint, Michigan. Now, for me, this is breaking news, but
Right out soon.
Flint's dangerous, undrinkable drinking water. On your Facebook page, you showed 2015. It's almost a year before President Obama declared a state of emergency. So, how did you know about this crisis so early in its course?
The community was starting to see and experience problems before it became the Flint as we know it to be today. And they reached out to me. And I was able to read between the lines and go, no, something's not right. Flint was the perfect scenario, the perfect storm of everybody doing everything wrong in a situation that could have been averted, and it blew up.
All right, so moving past Brinkley and Flint, where are the next crisis areas that are boiling up? What are you seeing?
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even, honestly, sometimes I'm overwhelmed when anyone asks me that, where to begin. There isn't a community or several communities in every single state in the United States of America that we haven't been working with and haven't reached out. So we know we've got the Chrome 6 problem. The largest emerging contaminant in our water sources today, in our water supply, is called Forever Chemicals, which is the PFOA. People would know that as Teflon. PFOS, the firefighting foam. And it's a very scary chemical. It's very difficult to get out of the environment. If you can get
Right out soon.
The science has come in, and it is a dangerous compound, one that can cause cancer.
Well, next, could contamination in your drinking water be affecting your health? What do you
Right out soon.
It's your ultimate COVID defense plan. We have the tools and information to tackle your daily life safety. The ideal food, vitamin, instant prescription to build up your immunity. How to feel secure in places you go most. Tips for health and beauty you can do right at home. And our best strategies to manage your COVID anxiety and stress. It's your COVID-19 defense headquarters, only on Oz.
Closed captions not brought to you by Prevagen. Your brain changes as you get older.
Prevagen.
Prevagen helps you. In clinical trials, Prevagen improves short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. She's driven by a primal desire for me. A lynx in the wild and your cat. That's why there's the rich blue
10, 9, 8.
wild inside.
Hey. Hey.
Don't have an attorney? Listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your
We
case
could
is
open.
actually worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina.
Hey.
Don't have an attorney. Give us a call right now.
Take out your corner.
Questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone. Call now.
100% beef and hearty chili. Try $5.99 chili cheeseburger.
At that very juncture, chlorination
I'm back.
dirt create a very toxic compound called trihalomethane.
Lights out soon.
Our Safe Drinking Water Act states that when you cannot control your dirt and your trihalomethane, you must
Battery may run out soon.
which they don't.
Soon.
They oftentimes will cheat the system, which they have. They'll start adding ammonia, which creates a plethora of other problems. In New York, one of the biggest problems we see is their inability to control their dirt and creating a worst case scenario and lead issues in the water in New York City and Legionnaire outbreaks.
Lights out soon.
Goodness, I don't want to ask about my neighborhood because of New York City, but there's a whole, infrastructure.
Lights out soon.
How about my town, which I brought you. Again, look at the water. You know, they look similar to me. I can't see much of a difference.
Lights out
The
soon.
here is, a bit more detail. Should I be worried
Lights
about
out
my
soon with 8 minutes.
In New Jersey,
Lights out soon with 7 minutes.
absolutely should be concerned. So what we've broken that one down to is, again, you're blending water issues.
Lights out
And
soon.
The water system that we're talking about in New Jersey right now is under current violation. And they will be
Lights
for
out
next
soon.
year for lead problems. You're going to see
Time for
next
bed.
year they
Come
will
back tomorrow at 7
in
a.m.
violation again for the forever chemicals, which is the Teflon and the firefighting foam that we talked about. So the system in New York has similar problems to New Jersey with the lead, but New Jersey has super big problems with the forever chemical, which is the largest emerging contaminant in this country today.
Well, how do I get rid of the forever chemicals?
This
I
is
have a
Catholic.
filtration system
And
in
this
my home
is
that I
Country
don't-
Clock.
Should we all be getting filtration systems?
Yes, we should. And you know, water filters can give you that added protection and defense for your family. And this is where we've said you have to know what's in the water first to understand how to treat it. Because not one filter will clean every chemical. Each chemical responds to a different level of filtration.
So we'll give people right now, and I'm sure half the country's petrified. Well, what do we do to advocate for ourselves if we know our water's contaminated?
You know, the consumer and the people oftentimes get underestimated. And what I worry about is oftentimes
Lights out
they
soon.
underestimate themselves. I hope that this program today is an invitation to you to make
Lights
it your
out
goal,
soon.
to make it your business, to want to get involved, and to understand that you can understand science
Lights out soon.
and take action. Put the pressure on, keep it on, and don't be afraid to hold your officials accountable.
Lights out soon.
We've talked about filtration. Shield yourself. Knowledge is power. You'll have the tools now to shield yourself. No more no's.
We have a lot to do with our national water crisis and holding our leadership accountable to that. And lastly, I want you to applaud yourself for the courage that you've had. I assure you, you're there and you can rise up and you can help make change to better water for the nation.
I vote for Eric Brockovich. That's what I'm gonna do. But run for something.
Right out soon.
Nobody wants me to party because he asked me about water and here we go and they're like, oh my God, please don't bring her again.
Well, I'm already calling my wife to get our filters changed. Superman's not coming. It's Aaron's new book. It's absolutely fantastic. Our national water crisis and what we the people can do about it. Be right back.
Absolutely.
Coming up, more now than ever, it's important to live life.
Right out soon.
A woman who knows this all too well and what it means to live each day like a month, each month.
Almost time for a break with 15 minutes.
Need to find the closest official ballot drop box near you? Just visit vote.ca.gov to find your nearest location. Then drop off your ballot.
How to
Your
get.
vote be secure and counted. There are other ways to vote too. Just return your Vote by Mail ballot at your voting location or mail it back. Or you can vote safely in person during early voting or on election day. Vote the way you're most comfortable, but vote by 8 p.m. on November 3rd.
I got hurt in a car accident and I see all these lawyers on TV. But how do I choose? Do they
Almost time for a break with 15 minutes.
the right choice?
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us.
Sign up for anywhere. You're safe. You don't have to compromise.
If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, a car accident, a fall,
Almost time for a break with 15 minutes. Break.
may be entitled to money. Get the money you deserve for your injury.
Not charging.
Call the Lawyers Group. We've won hundreds of millions of dollars for injury victims. Call 1-800-677-2020.
Well, you have to hurry up for a roller coaster. He almost
We're waiting
off.
for your call. Call 1-800-677-2020.
Snuggle.
These clothes looking newer for a long time.
On Minecraft. Cup Minecraft. Mon-
Color Fade, new Snuggle Super Care Fabric Conditioner.
AAA Health Insurance is about the people
Minecraft.
and making sure they have things
On Minecraft.
like replacement coverage and savings when you bundle auto and home.
Must-
Outsmart life. AAA Auto Insurance is about the people inside the car and making sure they have
We're going up.
like a AAA membership with roadside assistance, local agents, and nationwide auto repair experts. AAA Outsmart Life.
I'm gonna talk to you from brothersbuyhomes.com and I will buy your house. I'll make you an as-is cash offer on your house within 24 hours. Whether it's a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition, brothersbuyhomes.com is the easiest way to sell your house. When you sell your house at brothersbuyhomes.com, there's no fees, no commissions, no banks, no repairs. Just go to brothersbuyhomes.com for your free, no obligation cash offer.
No obligation consultation.
brothersbuyhomes.com.
Life is precious and oftentimes fleeting, and now more than ever, we can never predict how long the one
Take action. Call now. Free consultation.
to its fullest. No one knows this
3.
better than my next guest, Maria Quillan Weisel, a meteorologist from our Los Angeles affiliate Fox 11 Rock Garden. Maria watched her late husband, famed television writer and producer Sean Weisel, courageously face the grim diagnosis of glioblastoma multiforme, an incredibly aggressive brain tumor. Cherishing life and rediscovering joy are among the themes of her beautiful, intimate memoir, You Can't Do It Alone, a widow's journey through loss, grief, and life after. Maria joins us now. Maria, thank you for coming on. So
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
deeply personal and intimate. Why was it important for you to write this story about your family's history?
3.
Dr. Oz, thank you first of all for having me on the show.
2.
We were diagnosed, and I say we because I feel like I as well, our whole family. We ask those questions of why, right? Why us? Why him? He's so young. He was healthy. He ate right. He exercised, and so in asking these questions, we figured it
And
was
we're back.
because I wore a microphone every day, and that he was a writer by profession, and we needed to shine a light on this disease for which there is no cure.
To praise my redstone. To finish up.
To write a story, write our story about this disease. And he was supposed
It
to
lights up.
not me, he was the writer. So my debut book is this book, and it's an important one, and I'm so glad that it's out there.
You know, I first heard about what was going on from your brother-in-law, Patrick, who I'm close with. I know that the whole story sort of stuck up on you. What were the first clues that something wasn't quite right with your husband?
Well, you know, like most working families, we were both working and we had a young son, so we really didn't spend as much time with each other. We had been planning this magical trip to Paris, the two of us, which his brother Patrick and all of his brothers had gifted him for his 50th birthday. And so it was on this trip that we were together 24/7, and it was there that I realized he was acting quite. He wanted to sleep in every day we were there. He didn't go and book out and write several pages like he normally would. He was tired, he was forgetful, and it seemed every day that we were there on this trip, he just got worse and worse.
So what ran through your head when you first received the news of Sean's diagnosis with a brain cancer that's not really curable or treatable?
Where?
You know, I remember that day.
To praise my redstone. To cobblestone.
Basement doctor's office in Santa Monica in St. John's, and I tell you, we were paralyzed. I certainly was, and I couldn't see beyond the mouths of the doctors moving up and down after he said inoperable, terminal, no cure, and that was it. And I just remember standing there, or sitting there, and my mouth was agape, and I think the doctor saw that too, because we were just in shock and just disbelief.
Let me show the audience exactly what Sean was diagnosed with and why it was such a stunning observation. So this is what the brain looks like. This is the front of the brain. The spinal column is down here. And I want to show you what happens when you have this glioblastoma multiforme. It's a highly malignant tumor. And I know it looks angry, ugly in part because it is, but you see how strands come out from the tumor?
We got place.
That's why you just can't cut it out because it spreads so quickly into the brain, multiple parts of the brain. You can't
To be
cut
sure.
out this much brain.
You can praise my redstone.
Surgery, chemotherapy. This cancer is extremely poor prognosis because by the time you know it's there, it's already gone into parts of the brain that are untreatable. Median survival for that reason is 1 year, 16 months.
I gotta praise my redstone.
Here for a doctor about this diagnosis. I've had several friends who've had to cope with this. So, Maria, how invaluable was the support of your friends and family as you dealt with this new life-changing diagnosis?
Oh, it was everything. Our family, my Weitzel family, my Sean's brothers, his parents, my family, our circle of friends.
Where's my wall?
They were right there with us from the moment we got the diagnosis, and it's part of the reason why I wrote the book. You can't do it alone, and without them, I know how much darker this journey.
And please not like
They're
me.
with us
And
every step of the way,
come on.
and you know they still are. And I'm so grateful and thankful
Yeah,
how
what's
Sean may not be here physically, but his brothers, they're going to be with Gus tonight. Actually, one of his uncles, he's on the night there, so they really just picked up where Sean would
Whoa.
had everything for him. His brothers, their wives, Mike's and his family, they've just been amazing.
Oh no.
Family matters. One of the most beautiful passages of the book for me was your description of the final vacation.
What's happening?
Sean, your husband, as well as your son Gus. He was 4 at the time. What was that trip mean?
My power rail.
That trip was everything.
I baked my power
He
rail.
did so perfectly because it was a time where, you know, he was doing really well. Some of the treatments that he was getting was actually making him feel okay.
Simple as roller
We
coaster.
slept very little, I will tell you that, because we wanted to just take in every moment of every day that we were there. And that trip was so special, and it's part of the daddy memories that we talk about all the time with Gus, and it'll be with us forever.
Up next, Maria reveals the
Hey,
importance
so
of
do not like
base of all
not much.
and what it means to each
Enjoy.
day like a month, each month like a year.
It's Judgment Day for the infamous Dixie sex cult leader Keith Raniere.
The cobblestone roller coaster. It's here.
Cult after years of his terror and abuse.
No.
Hunted me like an animal.
Promotional considerations provided by
Babe.
Cheerios. Do I look like a child to you?
Honey Nut Cheerios are heart healthy and can help lower cholesterol. Did you just...
If your son wants to
I break it again.
you need to try TheraWorks Relief. I have patients tell me every day that TheraWorks Relief works. Get TheraWorks Relief.
That's not what.
Everywhere. Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can take away so much.
Okay, we're going to Copperstone.
immunotherapies you could take first. One that could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread and that tests positive for PD-L1 and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK. It's the first and only approved chemo-free combination of two immunotherapies that works together in different ways to harness the power of the immune system. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more days, more nights, more beautiful weekends, more ugly sweaters, more big hugs, more small outings. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in the body and affect how they work. This may happen during or after treatment is ended and can become serious and lead to death. Some of these problems may happen more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy.
Please,
If
7.
you have a new or worse cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, extreme tiredness, weight changes, constipation, excessive thirst, changes in urine or eyesight, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, fever, or tingling in hands and feet. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant or lung, breathing, or liver problems. Here's to a chance for more together time. A chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about Opdivo.
We're going up.
Thank you to all involved in the clinical
And
trial.
thank you.
Ready to face the proof? Just one jar of
Oh.
Generous has 4 times more hydrating power than the $400 cream. For results you'll see, or your money back. Olay, face anything. For even more hydration, try Olay Serum.
80% of bacteria in your mouth aren't even on teeth.
80%?
Colgate Total is different. It fights bacteria in your whole mouth,
Eh.
protecting 100%.
Well, I'm going to finish up.
Colgate Total, antibacterial
I'm
protection
not
for
finished.
healthy mouth.
Let's write it again.
We've been sharing Maria Clavon Whitesell's personal story of loss, grief, and life after her late husband's death from aggressive.
Let's try out
Go
again.
back to Maria, she doth rub, you can't do it alone. So, physicians try to give advice on medicine, but sometimes we don't have much
Please not like me.
regard as is with this condition. And I know one physician told you that he thought you should choose joy in spite of all
Oh, no.
adversity, which is a challenging recommendation on the surface.
Oh yeah.
What's wrong with getting work?
That office visit was so great. I remember
My phone's getting
Sean
slow.
wanted to punch that doctor in the face because we talked about it after. Like, how can we possibly choose joy with this diagnosis and this prognosis? But you know, he did us a favor that day because we really did take stock of each day, and he told us something else that really stayed with us. And he said, you know, this is a gift. I know it's hard to see that, but this is a gift because you have an actual timeline, which most people don't. And I need you to leave my office today and take each day and treat it as if it were a month.
And please do not
And
like
each
me.
month that you get, treat it as if it was a year for you. So go out there and live life, choose joy, and make
And
memories.
please do not like me.
And I remember we went home and we thought that was such an impossible feat, but we were actually able to do it. And we would, you know, go to bed every night late, and we would take stock of every day and what happened in that day and what gave us joy. It was the small, simple things in life. It wasn't just traveling to Hawaii, of course, but it was watching Gus and seeing the new things he discovered and the new words he would learn, and
We're going
you know,
to
the
top of the
animals
roller coaster.
that we would discover together. Like this video, we went on a trip to San Diego, and you know, we got to see these ducks up close, and just the laughs and the tickle fights and pillow fights every night. That's what we took stock of, and it really filled us up. We just felt full every night.
You read about finding your support group. You call it the Seven Samurai. and they were going through similar experiences as you. How critical was that finding, that observation?
You know, they were everything. I just wish I would have found them sooner. They were a group of people who were caregivers for brain cancer patients, and I found them
We're going up.
brain cancer care support group at UCLA, and each one of them had a spouse that was ahead of me, and I don't know if it was just kismet or
Go,
whatever,
go, go, go.
but they were so crucial
Please go.
to me. They
Please
were
go.
these guideposts, these lampposts on this very dark journey, and I just couldn't imagine not having them, because it would have been an even darker, more painful journey for us. They were able to give me advice on what to expect. They laughed with me. They cried with me. They were a group of
Okay,
people
thank
that
you.
still
Thank you,
get
everyone.
together with today, by the way. We still get together every couple of months or so, and you know, we've talked about love.
Thank you,
and
everyone.
loss
Okay,
and pain.
please
And now we also talk about
subscribe to
joy
my channel.
and
Hit the subscribe button.
that surprisingly some of them have found. So the samurai, the support group that we should all find our village, because
Hit that subscribe
we
button.
can't get through life without them. It would be so difficult.
One of my big takeaways from your book was, no matter what condition yourself in,
For tip.
find people who have the same issues, because guess what? They're fighting solutions just like you. Together we can be each other's safety net. To read more about Maria's journey and how to cope with incredible loss, you can check out her wonderful book, You Can't Do It Alone. God bless you, Maria. I'll see you in Los Angeles.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Ready. Dr. Pimple Popper is revealing the juiciest topping
Super Paper Bubble.
coming up on Monday. You know which yoga pose is best associated with your personality? I have the answer for you. Plus, free up info at drroz.com/quiz.
Real progress? When you're affected with schizophrenia, you see different. It's a small, everyday goal. In place you never expected. A little sign of hope. A feeling. And once the little moments start adding up, that's when it feels like so much more. It feels like real progress. Caplyta effectively treats adults with schizophrenia, and it's just with no titration.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects, elevated injuries,
I like the screen color.
call your doctor about fever, stiffness,
Look over game.
which can mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle weakness, which may be permanent. Dizziness upon standing, falls, and impaired judgment may occur. Most common side effects include sleepiness and dryness. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal.
In clinical trials, weight, cholesterol, and blood sugar changes were similar to placebo. So if you're affected by schizophrenia, ask your doctor about Caplyta for intracellular therapy.
Therapies.
Catch up with what's happening. Watch Fox 2 New News on
Fox
Fox
2
next.
News.
Then classes
I said too.
Loves Learning. Today too on KTEU Plus.
Attention, California
44.
residents. This year, when strong winds blow and temperatures rise, California's largest power companies plan to shut off at-risk power lines so they don't spark wildfires. Your power could be out for days or longer. See a real trace here.
Sorry.
Think about it. You'll have no lights, no communication. You can't even charge your cell phone. We can't prevent power outages, but you can be prepared and have power when you need it the most with a Generac standby generator. Here's how it works. Today, power is lost. Your Generac provides regular power to your home. You and your family are comfortable, safe, and secure.
When the power goes out, I don't sit there and go, oh no. Okay, whatever. Go ahead. I've got the generator.
With MobileLink, a Wi-Fi-enabled remote monitoring system, easily access your generator's operating status, maintenance updates, and more. Generac generators are designed, engineered, and purpose-built in the USA. Generac is the #1 manufacturer of home standby generators in the world. 8 out of 10 home generators are Generac, with thousands of satisfied customers. And Generac is one of the leading suppliers of industrial generators for places that must have power, like hospitals, data and communication centers, and financial institutions. Prices start at just $19.99, and special financing
You got this. Meredith. I don't know. I'm doing time for a break. Almost time for a break.
Hey Dr. Oz, this is Kobe Samurai, professor of resistance. I wanted to give you a little bit more of my working. So here's where I've been working. I've got a bunch of tops that still put on these frames back here. These are completely built. They just put on the tops on. That's still the same as well. When I started this, I really had no idea there was this much need in the community, but I'm really glad that it's got as big as it can because I'm really happy to be able to help as many kids as possible. Here's one really finished desk. This one's going to get picked up today. It's going to
Happy after. 720p 48. 720p 48.
Kobe says he wants to make 100 desks, but he's not stopping there.
Digital.
How you can help Kobe make desks for distance. Your state on our website. Because everybody, we're all in this together.
One.
The nation's top infectious disease doctor is talking about the coronavirus today with leaders in the South Bay. What Dr. Anthony Fauci says about when students should return to the classroom. President Trump and his challenger, Joe Biden, are getting in their final campaign stops just days ahead of the November election. We'll take a look at what they're doing today to try to sway undecided voters and putting reopening plans on hold in some.
Time is up.
Fauci covered a lot of ground.
Which means that we should be able to get an inkling of whether or not we have a safe and effective vaccine.
Time is up. You used this device for 3 hours today.
Beginning of December.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, told Silicon Valley leaders in an online forum that by the end of the year, we'll know more about a COVID-19 vaccine.
I'm optimistic based on preliminary data from the phase 1 study that we will in fact have a safe and effective vaccine. We will be able to start administering vaccine doses by the end of this calendar year or 2021.
Dr. Fauci said the process of getting Americans vaccinated could take 4 to 6 months. Clinics and medical providers should start planning the logistics now. Dr. Fauci acknowledged skepticism about the safety of a COVID vaccine. He said it was understandable given the mixed signals from some leaders in government. But about the integrity of the process, said this.
Every vaccine trial has
Subject.
attached to it what's called a data and safety monitoring board, a completely independent group. They answer to no one. They don't answer to the president. They don't answer to the pharmaceutical company.
But before a vaccine is available, we have to get through a very challenging winter.
No one has an appetite to shut the country down again. again.
Dr. Fauci said universal mask wearing and moving most activities outdoors can tamper the spread.
We do not necessarily have to accept the inevitability of these major surges that we're seeing. Because if we do, as we get into November, December, and January, it's going to be a very, very difficult time in the United States.
Santa Clara County health leaders Drs. Sarah Cody and Marty Festerfeld also joined the forum. They spoke about measures Santa Clara and other Bay Area counties have taken to keep infection rates low and reopen businesses.
These are your See you next time. Goodbye.